Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB and today's the 21st of March 2024 and yesterday night guys on the 20th of March, Jerome Powell did go ahead and make an announcement regarding the interest rate hike, and the decision at the FOMC meeting was that the interest rate will remain unchanged, and this, to be honest guys, has definitely impacted the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in a positive way. Now could it be possible that in the next FOMC meeting, he'll go ahead and increase the interest rate hike? I'll go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on it. But look guys, I wouldn't be surprised over the next coming days and weeks, the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market will be moving towards a positive direction. Now unfortunately guys, we have some stock update, and that is to do with Ethereum Foundation, and looks like the Ethereum Foundation is under inquiry by the United Securities and Exchange Commission, and this news guys can be validated by GitHub as well. Now in case if you guys don't know, all the coding and all the developments regarding a project or protocol is actually put on GitHub. And in GitHub guys, there is a specific note that talks about the inquiry, because when I found out about this news guys, I tried to check if there is any official news by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. I couldn't find that, and then I tried to go ahead and check regarding Ethereum Foundation if they have gone ahead and put out any tweet. Unfortunately guys, I couldn't find it, but I did see a link via CoinDesk which did actually mention regarding an update on GitHub. So far guys, this definitely looks like a legitimate news, and I'm pretty much sure guys over the next coming hours, or by the time you're listening to this episode, there might be official statement put out by US Securities and Exchange Commission and also by the Ethereum Foundation. But in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this whole drama is. Now this drama guys is really critical, because right now there are talks about an Ethereum Spot ETF, isn't it? And this puts a very big question mark not just on the Ethereum ETF approval, but also the future of Ethereum, to be honest, because if the SEC decides that it is a security, really I'm not sure what the consequences are. So I'll definitely go ahead and elaborate on this point. Now guys, roughly around 2 weeks ago, I did talk about Coinbase. They did face some problem, and that was because of congestion, and a lot of people were actually trying to use Coinbase. And Coinbase guys, as you know, they also have a blockchain called as Base Network, and looks like the Base Network is facing a lot of congestion. Now I was really hoping that that thing would be solved, but users are actually complaining that the congestion is still continuing, so I'll definitely go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on it. And guys, finally towards the end of the episode, we also have some news regarding Solana, and in Solana guys, the meme coin frenzy is back again, and the co-founder of Solana, that is Anatoly Yakovenko, he did have an interview with CoinDesk, and I'll go ahead and share what is it that was discussed in that particular episode. Now look guys, so far Solana is concerned, there's a lot of crazy volume going on so far as meme coins is concerned, and even NFTs is concerned, and I'll go ahead and share what one user has actually posted via Twitter. What he actually posted guys is that $122.5 million has been raised from 27 pre-sales, and that is to do with Solana blockchain. And as of now guys, Solana has overtaken Binance BNB chain once again, so I'll definitely go ahead and share what is going on in the world of Solana. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I'm going to be discussing 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, and both the news guys has to do with Dubai, and both the news has to do with artificial intelligence. And to be honest guys, both of these news are kind of connected in some sort of way, but let me go ahead and explain it in 2 separate sections. Now the first news guys has to do with establishing a dedicated task force within 30 government entities, and this news guys is actually published by the official government media channel, that is Emirates News Agency. So essentially guys, the news is that the Dubai Center for Artificial Intelligence is planning to establish dedicated task force within 30 government entities. And the second news guys is also published by Emirates News Agency that talks about UAE Council for Artificial Intelligence and Blockchain launches a war to enhance competitiveness in future sectors. So I'll definitely go and give out more information regarding this news. Now look guys, the Middle East is definitely taking leaps and bounds in artificial intelligence space. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, definitely pay a lot of attention in the AI sector. And if you're an investor guys, you definitely need to be looking at semiconductor and nano chips. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode. So let's kickstart with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee a Day has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee a Day. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee a Day, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee a Day aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, they are putting some really iconic events in the Middle East, and there is one final event of the season that takes place on the 20th of April in the iconic location called as Al Marjan in Ras Al Khaimah. And the final event of the season, guys, is not going to be an ordinary event. They're going to be having some really cool obstacles. And so far as Tough Mudder is concerned, guys, they create hardcore obstacle courses designed to test your all-round strength, stamina and mental grit. And with the most innovative courses and millions of participants all around the world, it is the premier challenge series in the world. Now look at Tough Mudder Arabia, they did put out, if not one of the biggest events in the world of obstacle course race, and they did that with the highest prize money in the history of obstacle course race. And what better way to end the series by having one final event on the 20th of April in the iconic location. Now look, guys, one of my goals is to complete 100 Tough Mudder, and I'm very close to getting there. Now if you want to go ahead and sign up for this event, the registration link is in the show notes below. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get your friends, get your family members, get your colleagues. The link to the registration for Tough Mudder Arabia on the 20th of April is in the show notes below. And if you go through the link, guys, there is a cool discount code mentioned in the show notes below as well. So hopefully, guys, I see you at the Tough Mudder event. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location. global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, because of the FOMC announcement, guys, the global cryptocurrency market has actually pumped up, and right now it is at $2.51 trillion. Yesterday, guys, before the announcement, if I'm not mistaken, the global cryptocurrency market was at $2.43 trillion, isn't it? This just shows the power of federal government, guys, and what kind of an impact it has on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market volume, since the last 24 hours, it is up by 9.96%. But I'm pretty much sure, guys, this will have a knock-on effect. And in the next coming hours and days, and probably in the next coming weeks, the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market will see an uptrend. Now, so far as the total cryptocurrency market volume is concerned, it is well over the $150 billion mark. It is at $157.24 billion. But since the last 24 hours, guys, it is down by 13.85%. Now, let me very quickly run through the volume on DeFi, guys. And to be honest, guys, this might be the very first time in the history of Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, what I'm noticing is that the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is exactly the same on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Because look, guys, I used to see this trend just for the last 3 to 4 weeks. Decentralized to centralized exchange dominance used to pick up pace on Saturdays and Sundays. But the prior 3 to 4 months before that, decentralized to centralized exchange dominance used to pick up pace only on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And the 9 months prior to that, that is in 2023, on Saturdays and Sundays, decentralized exchange dominance used to pick up pace. And the other days, guys, the volume used to go down. But maybe because of the Dencun upgrade on Ethereum, a lot of the transfers and a lot of swaps and a lot of buying and selling is going on, which is spread across all days. And this is something which I personally like, guys. I don't like when there is a spike in volume on one particular day, because that raises a massive concern, isn't it? Now, so far as decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is concerned, guys, for the very first time for the 4th day in a row, it is about the 30% mark at 30.46%. Now, if you look at the volume in DeFi, guys, that is ridiculously low. It is down to $13.09 billion, and DeFi is accounting for only 8.32% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume. Now, unfortunately, guys, the total value locked is below the $100 billion mark, and it is at $95.54 billion. Now look guys, as and when the news develops regarding Ethereum Foundation's inquiry by SEC, keep a track on what is going on so far as total value locked is concerned, because the only matrix that has been changing since the last 2 months of our DeFi is concerned, that is to do with total value locked. And the only reason why guys people are staking a lot of the Ethereum is because they are anticipating an Ethereum Spot ETF to be approved, and when that thing happens, they're expecting the price of Ethereum to pump up, cross maybe the $4,000 mark. Some are even giving wild speculation of $14,000 mark. Some have gone ahead and given even crazier wild prediction that the price of Ethereum will be $40,000 mark. And because of the anticipation of Ethereum Spot ETF, there was a lot of investment going on, and a lot of people wanted to be validators for the Ethereum network. So what I'd really recommend you to do is keep a track on the total value locked, and let's try to make some connection with the SEC's drama with Ethereum Foundation. Now so far as the dominance is concerned guys, Lido is still leading the pack with $34.36 billion. Now let me very quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges guys, and this, to be honest, for the very first time in probably 3 years, I'm noticing that the volumes are consistent on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Now I really need to do a bit more research guys, but looks like the Denkan upgrade is probably the reason why the volumes are consistent, isn't it? Because look, because of the Denkan upgrade, the fees have gone ridiculously low, and that could be one of the reasons why transfers and swaps are taking place across all the days. Now let me very quickly run through these numbers guys, because to be honest guys, for the very second time, PancakeSwap's volume has overtaken Uniswap's volume, and PancakeSwap's volume is $1.63 billion. Uniswap's volume today guys is at number 2nd, and it is at $1.57 billion. Roughly around 2 weeks ago guys, Orca did actually overtake the volume of Uniswap, and that just lasted for 1 day. So I'm really curious to check guys if PancakeSwap is at number 1 tomorrow and the after, so on and so forth. Now the number 3rd guys is Orca, and the 24-hour volume is less than $1 billion. It is at $856.96 million. Phoenix guys is at number 4th, and in terms of dollar amount it is $603.77 million. Lifinity guys is at number 5th, and in terms of dollar amount it is $442.19 million. Now let me very quickly run through the volume of stable coins guys. Now look guys, as and when we get some update regarding Ethereum drama, a lot of people will actually go and sell a lot of the Ethereum, and most likely the funds will actually go into stable coins. These are just wild speculations, to be honest, so keep a track on what is going on in the world of stable coins. Now so far as the volume is concerned, it is at $141.4 billion, and stable coin guys as of today accounts for less than 90% of the total cryptocurrency market volume at 89.92%. Now so far as the volume is concerned guys, Tether USDT is leading the pack with $114.66 billion, and Circle USDC guys, its volume is at number 2nd today. In terms of dollar amount it is $12.62 billion, and FDUSD guys, its volume is $12.12 billion. Now looks like there is some drama and war going on between Circle USDC and FDUSD, isn't it? So what I'll do is guys, next week I'll try to go ahead and explain what FDUSD is, what are its strengths and features, and what are some of the challenges they are facing. And next week guys, let me try to break down all stable coins, and let me go ahead and highlight some of the strengths, some of the features, some of the negative aspects of stable coins. Now me personally guys, if you know, I'm not a massive fan of stable coins, because according to me, stable coin issuers are literally replacing the role of a bank, isn't it? Now granted, there are definitely legitimate use cases of that, but the whole idea of Bitcoin was separation of money and the state, but looks like the role of the state has been replaced by financial institutions, multi-millionaires, billionaires, celebrities and influencers, in my opinion. Now let me very quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Bitcoin's market cap guys has definitely pumped up after the FOMC announcement, and right now it is at $1.36 trillion. Yesterday guys, if I'm not mistaken, it was down to $1.26 trillion, isn't it? And Ethereum's market cap guys today is at $420 billion. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $60.41 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $32.95 billion. Now it's really important to note guys that I'm looking at these numbers literally 8 hours after the FOMC announcement, and now I'm pretty much sure after the hours go by, and probably in the next coming days and weeks, these numbers will be on an uptrend, and probably a week from now we can go ahead and revisit the impact of the FOMC meeting's announcement. Now so far as the dominance is concerned guys, Bitcoin's dominance is 52.20%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is 16.60%. Now one reason guys why Ethereum's dominance has been going down Looks like because a lot of activity is actually taking place in Solana, isn't it? So I'm really curious to check what the dominance of Solana is. Now guys, this week and last week what I've been doing is I'm looking at the top decentralized apps across different blockchain protocols, isn't it? But in today's episode guys, I'm going to be looking at the top 5 dApp that are working on Hedera. Now it's really important to note guys that Hedera does not use this blockchain. They use a completely different mechanism, but they definitely have cryptocurrencies and they definitely have decentralized apps as well. So let me just quickly run through the top 5 dApps that are working on Hedera. And guys, I'm looking at the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contract over a period of time. So let me just quickly run through the top 5 dApps and let's look at it in terms of dollar amount as well. Because the first one guys is also Swap, and in terms of dollar amount it is $9.53 million. The second one is Spend Gold in Exchange. In terms of dollar amount guys it is 77,180. The third one guys is Centex. In terms of dollar amount it is 3,190. Imagine guys, the third most decentralized app has a dollar amount of only 3,190. Definitely not right, isn't it? The fourth one guys is HeliSwap. In terms of dollar amount it is 2,620. And finally guys, at number 5th it is HNS, and in terms of dollar amount it is $126.67. Just $126.67 guys. This is absolutely ridiculous. But what is even ridiculous guys, that it is still not worse. Some of them are even worse than that. And remember guys, Decentraland, the third most app working on Decentraland, was less than $20. This was going back roughly around 8 months ago. Now granted guys, back then the price of Bitcoin in the global cryptocurrency market was in a bloodbath, isn't it? But nonetheless guys, these numbers are really scary. Now what I really recommend you to do is guys, go to dappradar.com, look at the different blockchain protocol, and then make up your own mind. Are we ready for Web 3.0 and the promise of blockchain technology? Is it working? Me personally guys, I really am not convinced regarding the hype of Web 3.0, and I do have a series of episodes called as Why Web 3.0 is Just Hype, where I'm inviting CEOs, CTOs and founders, and I'm planning to have a healthy debate. I've already released 3 episodes guys if I'm not mistaken, so please feel free to go and check that episode out as well. Now guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, this week what I'm focusing on is security token offering. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, listen to my episode that are released on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because there are different topics I covered so far security token offering is concerned. In one of the episodes I also made a comparison between security token offering and NFTs. Now look guys, there is so much of hype regarding security token offering, and that is because of BlackRock getting into the game, isn't it? Now I'm not saying that security token offering is bad guys, but BlackRock getting into the security token offering means just one thing: the rich are going to get richer, millionaires are going to be multimillionaires, billionaires are going to be multi-billionaires, and I absolutely have no problem with that guys. Everyone has the right to do what they want, but this goes back to why Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin was created as a movement towards separation of money and the state, and hopefully give an equal playing field, isn't it? Unfortunately, I don't think so that would happen guys, but let's not get philosophical on that guys. Let me go ahead and explain some of the drawbacks or risks of security token offering. Because look guys, when you talk about security token offering, it is a funding mechanism similar to initial coin offering, isn't it? But it has one crucial distinction guys. Security token offerings are compliant with security regulations, and in essence guys, security tokens represent ownership in an asset or company and offer investors certain rights such as dividends, profit sharing or voting rights, and unlike utility tokens issued in ICOs, security tokens derive the value from external tradable assets and are subject to security laws. So let me go ahead and highlight some of the risks associated with security token offerings. And the first one guys I'd like to talk about is regulatory compliance risks, and security token offerings must comply with security regulations in the jurisdictions where they operate, and failure to adhere to these regulations guys can result in severe penalties, including fines and legal actions. And the regulatory landscape guys, as you know, for security token offerings is still evolving, isn't it? And to be honest guys, navigating these complexities can be really challenging for issuers. And so far as market liquidity risk is concerned, security tokens may offer liquidity issues, especially if they are not listed on established exchanges, and limited liquidity guys can make it difficult for investors to buy and sell tokens at a fair market price, isn't it? And this could potentially lead to significant price fluctuations or even losses of investment. And so far as market volatility is concerned guys, just like any other asset, security tokens are susceptible to market volatility, fluctuations in investor sentiment, changes in regulatory environment or macroeconomic factors can impact the value of security tokens, and investors, guys, should be prepared for the possibility of significant price swings, isn't it? And so far security and cybersecurity risk is concerned, guys, security token offerings are conducted digitally, which exposes them to various cybersecurity threats, including hacking, phishing, and theft. Now, granted, guys, when you talk about blockchain technology, we harp so much about the benefits of private keys, isn't it? But what happens if security token offerings are done on open blockchain, and if the private key is lost, all of your tokens, all of your cryptocurrency is lost, isn't it? And also, malicious actors may target STOs to exploit vulnerabilities in the issuance platforms or smart contracts, leading to financial losses for investors and damage the project's reputation. And look, guys, there is also lack of investor protection, isn't it? And while security token offerings offer certain investor rights, they may not provide the same level of protection as traditional securities, and investors, guys, may have limited recourse in the event of fraud, mismanagement, or even bankruptcy of the issuing company. And due diligence, guys, is extremely crucial for assessing the credibility and legitimacy of the STO project. And guys, listen, so far as operational risk is concerned, security token offerings involve complex processes, including token issuance, compliance verification, and investor management. And operational risks such as technical glitches, administrative errors, or investment management can disrupt the STO process and undermine investor confidence. And so far as market perception and reputation risk is concerned, guys, the success of an STO depends on investor trust and confidence in the issuing company. So things like negative publicity, legal disputes, or regulatory scrutiny can tarnish the project's reputation and deter investors from participating in the offering, isn't it? Now look, guys, despite these risks, security token offerings offer several potential benefits as well. So check out my episode, guys, that are released in the past few days, so you'll get an understanding of some of the benefits security token offering has. And look, our security token offering definitely has increased liquidity, fractional ownership, and programmable compliance features, and that, to be honest, is definitely one of the key features of security token offering. But look, guys, BlackRock, Vanguard, Franklin Templeton, they are getting into security token offering. Now, me personally, guys, I'm not a fan of these trillion-dollar companies getting into tokenization and cryptocurrencies. Now, they definitely have full right to go out and do that, because the whole promise of open blockchain and cryptocurrency is censorship resistant. So we can't say that trillion-dollar companies cannot enter into the market, but when they do enter into the market, they do pose certain risks or challenges or some of the drawbacks as well. So let me go ahead and highlight 7 areas, guys, where I personally am not a fan of these high-tech companies, multi-billionaire and trillion-dollar companies or entities getting into the security token offering game. Now, you may like it or dislike it, or additionally, guys, if you have any comments, mention them in the comments below. So the 7 points, guys, I'd like to talk about is centralization concerns, risk of market manipulation, conflict of interest, regulatory scrutiny, privacy and data security, barriers to entry for small players, and finally, guys, potential disruption to traditional finance. Now, so far centralization risk is concerned, guys, BlackRock's entry into tokenization could lead to increased centralization of assets and financial power, isn't it? And this concept of control in the hands of few large entities could actually limit market competition and potentially stifle innovation in the tokenization space. And so far as market manipulation is concerned, guys, with its significant resources and influence like BlackRock, Vanguard, and Franklin Templeton, they can potentially manipulate tokenized asset markets to their advantage. And this might actually include strategies, trading activities, market cornering, and other forms of market manipulation that could disadvantage smaller investors. And so far as conflict of interest is concerned, guys, BlackRock's involvement in tokenization could raise concerns about conflicts of interest, especially if the company simultaneously engages in traditional asset management activities. And there may be questions about how BlackRock prioritizes its clients' interest in both the tokenization and non-asset tokenization world. And so far as regulatory scrutiny is concerned, guys, BlackRock's entry into tokenization may attract increased regulatory scrutiny from authorities concerned about the potential systemic risks associated with large financial institutions participating in emerging technologies, and regulatory compliance, guys, could become more complex and costly for both BlackRock and companies like Vanguard and Franklin Templeton, and this would lead to an increase in the cost for the entire tokenization ecosystem as a whole, isn't it? And so far as privacy and data security is concerned, guys, multi-billion-dollar and trillion-dollar companies' involvement in tokenization could actually raise concerns about privacy and data security, especially if these companies handle sensitive investor information in tokenization process, and any data breaches or privacy violations could have significant repercussions for investors and undermine trust in tokenized assets. And look, guys, so far as barriers to entry for small players is concerned, The entry for behemoths like BlackRock, Vanguard, Franklin Templeton into tokenization could create barriers to entry for small players in the market, and smaller firms and startups may struggle to compete with these huge giants, isn't it? Because there's brand recognition, and they already have established relationship with investors and regulators. And finally, guys, so far as disruption to traditional finance is concerned, look, while tokenization has the potential to democratize access to investment opportunities and also streamline financial processes, these giant companies entering into the space could actually disrupt traditional financial systems and potentially marginalize certain market participants who are unable to adapt to the changing landscape. These are my honest thoughts. Let me know, guys, if you agree to it or disagree to it. Additionally, guys, if you have any comments, mention them in the comments below. Now look, guys, if you're someone who's working in the tokenization space and want to be part of the blockchain DXB journey, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, because the price of Bitcoin, guys, has definitely bumped up, and right now it is at $67,042. And yesterday, guys, before the FOMC announcement, it was around the $63,000 range, isn't it? Now, since the last 24 hours, it is up by 8.95%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 8.32%. Now, it's really important to note, guys, I'm looking at these prices only 8 hours after the announcement was made, and I'm pretty much sure by the time you're listening to the episode, the prices will have been impacted significantly. But so far as Ethereum is concerned, guys, it is definitely pumped up by 12.89% since the last 24 hours. And right now, guys, the price of Ethereum is $3,507, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 11.51%. The Solana, guys, once again is at number 3rd, and right now the price is $189. And right now, guys, the price of Solana or Sol is up by 13.91%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 13.48%. Now look, guys, yesterday Federal Chair Jerome Powell did go ahead and make an announcement, and what they decided was to keep the interest rate hike unchanged. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to YouTube and look out for a video called as FOMC Press Conference, and the date, guys, is 20th of March 2024. Listen to the entire episode, guys, and look, Federal Chair Jerome Powell did actually state why he's got it and decided to keep the interest rate hike the same, and his reasoning, guys, was kind of relevant, because what he actually said, the goal of the Federal Reserve Board is to get the inflation below 2%. Now, it might take a couple of years for the inflation to actually go down to 2%. Now, what I really like, guys, he did actually state, because consecutively for the past 2 months, the inflation numbers were picking up pace, he does not want to go ahead and make a hasty decision to go ahead and increase the interest rate hike. But could it be possible that in future the interest rate hike could be increased? I personally think so, guys, because if the inflation number does not go down, I don't see a reason as to why he would want to keep the interest rate the same, or rather keep it unchanged, because looks like keeping the interest rate the same is not having any impact on inflation, isn't it? And when he does actually go ahead and increase the interest rate hike, it would actually mean that the spendings have gone down, and that would actually drive the inflation lower. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, listen to the entire episode. Now, he did actually state that this particular time, the labor market conditions are not doing that great. It is definitely good, guys, but not better than what it was, let's say 6 months or 9 months before that. And look, guys, there is massive US elections coming up as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, how the FOMC meeting and the impact of inflation numbers and interest rate hike has an impact on Joe Biden and President Donald Trump. Now, guys, let's discuss some massive news, and that is regarding Ethereum Foundation. And the Ethereum Foundation, guys, is under inquiry by the Security and Exchange Commission. Now, look, guys, if you go to the Ethereum Foundation GitHub, it actually states that this comment receives a section of the footer, and they went ahead and elaborated it, guys, and later on it also states that they've got some inquiry from a state authority that included requirement for confidentiality. Now, what I've done is in the show notes below, guys, I've gone ahead and put the link regarding the GitHub, so definitely feel free to go ahead and check it out. Now, listen, guys, the US Security and Exchange Commission going after the Ethereum Foundation is extremely scary for 2 precise reasons. The first one is the clear one, the Ethereum Spot ETF news that would absolutely shackle the Ethereum world. And secondly, guys, if the SEC is considering classifying Ethereum as a security, that would be absolutely devastating, isn't it? So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, keep an update on what is going on so far as Ethereum is concerned. And Fortune, guys, which is one of the leading publications, they have actually published an article which says that the SEC is considering classifying Ethereum as a security, potentially impacting Ethereum ETF. And guys, the investigating subpoenas have been issued to US company, so it looks like there might be a Senate hearing as well. And the Ethereum Foundation, guys, did actually receive a confidential inquiry, which you can see it via GitHub as well. Now, what the article also states, guys, is that the previously disclosed government inquiries were removed from the website. And could it be possible, guys, that a Swiss regulator was also involved? Because this article states that a Swiss regulator may have been involved. And now, guys, because of this news, analysts are having severe doubt about security and exchange approval for Ethereum ETF. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, the impact of this news. Now, I'm pretty much sure, guys, this news will definitely have a massive impact on the price of Ethereum as well, isn't it? And look, guys, the SEC is currently evaluating whether to classify Ethereum as a security or not. And this move, guys, could have significant repercussions for Ethereum ETF and the broader cryptocurrency market as well. And in this context, guys, because the SEC has issued investigation to subpoenas to various companies, indicates a high level of scrutiny on Ethereum-related activities, isn't it? Additionally, guys, the Ethereum Foundation has confirmed receiving a confidential inquiry from the state authority, underscoring the regulatory attention on the cryptocurrency sector. Notably, guys, the foundation recently removed the previous disclosures regarding government inquiry from its website, and this is raising questions about potential regulatory interactions. Now, so far as this news is concerned, guys, speculation suggests that a Swiss regulatory agency might be involved in requesting information from Ethereum Foundation, and they are doing that possibly in collaboration with the US Security and Exchange Commission. But despite ongoing efforts by some entities to secure approval of Ethereum ETF, analysts, guys, at this point of time are skeptical about the prospects due to the reported minimal engagement between the applicant and SEC officials. And this skepticism, guys, is compounded by the recent SEC activity, which coincides with an impending deadline, and the 23rd of May, guys, is when we find out if an Ethereum ETF is approved or not. And to be honest, guys, this drama between Ethereum Foundation and SEC will definitely have a massive impact on the price of Ethereum, and definitely have an impact on the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency as well. So let's try to wait and see, guys, how this news develops. Now, guys, let's discuss some quick news regarding Coinbase. And guys, listen, Coinbase is actually stating that users may experience intermittent failures, and this is due to network congestions on Base network. Now, this information, guys, is not tweeted by Coinbase, but if you're in the cryptocurrency world, you would know Watcher Guru, and if you don't know Watcher Guru, guys, you definitely need to follow Watcher Guru, and they have actually posted an image via Twitter that actually states that users will be facing intermittent issues. That is because of severe congestion on Base network. The look, guys, Coinbase, they've been facing a lot of problems since the last few weeks. And to be honest, guys, this can be looked at it in a positive way as well. This is because there's so much of demand, isn't it? But listen, guys, one protocol which does tend to falter, irrespective of demand or not, that is Solana blockchain. Now, the co-founder of Solana, guys, that is Anatoly Yakovenko, he did have an interview with CoinDesk. So let me go ahead and give out some basic brief information regarding the interview, guys, because he did actually state that Solana has seen a drastic rise of as transaction volume is concerned, and he's not too happy regarding volumes on meme coins and NFTs. And regarding meme coin, guys, he's actually said that the trading is absolutely bizarre. And as a matter of fact, guys, in the article which is published by CoinDesk, there is actually a tweet which is posted, and what that tweet actually states is that $122.5 million has been raised in Solana blockchain, and that was raised from 27 pre-sales. Imagine, guys, raising $122.5 million in just 27 pre-sales, and that is to do with meme coins. It absolutely sounds great, but it is crazy and wild as well, isn't it? And earlier this week, guys, I talked about a mysterious NFT artist who did actually raise $10 million on Solana blockchain as well, isn't it? So absolutely crazy times, to be honest. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the future of Solana blockchain is. Because look, historically, whenever there is a positive news, for some odd reason, the centralized blockchain tends to shut down. And just recently, guys, they got shut down for 8 hours, isn't it? But they keep coming back. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Solana is. And could it be the right time for them to rebrand themselves as Ethereum Killer? Only time will tell, I guess. So those were the news, guys, from the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And both the news, guys, has to do with artificial intelligence. So let me go ahead and share more bits and pieces of information regarding this news. And the first news, guys, is that the Dubai Center for AI is planning to establish a dedicated task force with 30 government entities. And this news, guys, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the episode, is published by Emirates News Agency, and the website is www.wam.ae. That is W for water, A for alpha, M for mother.ae, and the Dubai Center for Artificial Intelligence, guys, also called as DCAI. They established task force in 30 government entities to utilize artificial intelligence. And this initiative, guys, was launched under the directors of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. and they aim to transform government operations and services through artificial intelligence. And the DCAI guys was inaugurated to enhance Dubai government's technological capabilities. And the task force's role is to support DCAI's initiatives and projects, fostering collaboration, and the objective include identifying key sectors for AI application and enhancing government performance. And look, as the mechanism established for this partnership is with public and private organizations, and the goal is to make Dubai a global model in employing advanced technologies. And the task force guys is comprised of national talent with expertise in artificial intelligence, and they are focusing on developing AI applications and regulatory frameworks. And DCAI guys, they are based in an iconic building called as Emirates Tower, and the location guys is called as Area 2071, and it will be under the oversight of Dubai Future Foundation, Dubai Electric and Water Authority, Dubai Media Council and Dubai Digital Authority. And there is a joint effort to enhance DCAI's goals and attract global businesses and talents. And this guys aligns with the directiveness of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum to apply artificial intelligence in AI sectors. And the expected growth guy of AI sectors is from $10 billion in 2022 to $110 billion in 2030. And the aim is to achieve 34.3% compound annual growth rate in AI sector. And the collaboration guys with local and global partners is emphasized. And they're also focusing heavily on legislations related to AI applications and implementation of DCAI plans. So definitely positive news. And the second news guys is kind of connected to the first news, and it is also published in Emirates News Agency. And the news essentially is that the UAE Council for Artificial Intelligence and Blockchain, they have gone ahead and launched UAE Artificial Intelligence Reward. And the objective guys is to promote adoption of AI technologies in federal and local government entities. And the aim is to enhance service performance through AI solutions. And the initiative guys is part of UAE's approach to digital transformation strategy. And the focus is on empowering individuals and communities through AI adoption, and the emphasis is on tangible benefits from AI advancement. And look, as the award is designed to shape a promising digital future through collaborative efforts, and the UAE government guys are definitely committed to expanding AI adoption across different sectors, isn't it? An initiative to anticipate AI's future, bolster competitiveness, and ensure leadership. And Mohammed bin Talia highlights strategic importance of AI initiative in government services. And look, as a collaboration between government and semi-government is definitely going to play a very crucial role. And look, as the goal is to create adaptable government framework for enhanced social well-being, isn't it? And so far as the award categories is concerned, guys, they are focusing on service excellence, decision-making, operational efficiency, and Emirati AI solution. And look, guys, if you actually go to the website, there's a very simple application process as well. And so far as the evaluation criteria is concerned, they are focusing on innovation level, AI ethics compliance, maturity level, scalability, and finally impact. And the objective, guys, of this award is to include providing effective, accessible, high-quality services through artificial intelligence with a focus on enhancing decision-making process and increasing efficiency in AI. And the aim, guys, is to reduce operational cost, improve processes, and elevate service delivery time. And the entities, guys, can register and participate in the award categories via the UAE AI Award website. And look, guys, I did actually go to the website, and to be honest, guys, the user experience is extremely simple as well. So those were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Crypto and Coffee Read from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Nate to ask a really interesting question. Could anything go wrong during the Bitcoin halving? Now look, Nate, this is such a simple question, but the answer to that is no. I don't think that there could possibly anything that could go wrong regarding the Bitcoin halving, because when Satoshi Nakamoto released the code actually dictates how things are going to work. And to be honest, the underlying technology so far as the coding of Bitcoin is concerned, it is probably the strongest in the entire world. and there are roughly hundreds of developers who are non-stop working for Bitcoin Core, and I'm pretty much sure they've gone ahead and revisited all these codes. And one of the beauties of Bitcoin blockchain is all of the codes is completely open source, so if there was any potential errors, a lot of them would have already highlighted it. But look, anything is possible in the cryptocurrency world and blockchain world, isn't it? But the least thing I would actually expect is anything to go wrong so far as the halving is concerned. Now, at this point of time, I really am not sure the exact date and time, and to be honest, no one can predict the exact date and time because the halving will actually occur on the number of blocks that are produced, and it's really hard to determine the exact time as to when the next block is produced. It takes roughly around 8 to 10 minutes, certain cases 12 minutes, certain cases even less minutes, isn't it? So the exact date when the halving will happen, I really am not sure. But to answer your question, could anything go wrong? Absolutely not, because the code's already written and there are pretty much no changes to the underlying code. Now if you're expecting because of the ordinals and because of Taproot as no signature if anything to go wrong, that is definitely not going to happen either. And what I'd really recommend you to do is Andreas Antonopoulos. His videos are if not one of the best so for understanding how the Bitcoin halving works, or alternatively you can also drop me an email and I'll be more than happy to go ahead and explain how the Bitcoin halving works, and I'll go ahead and explain what are the technical fundamentals you need to be looking at. And this is kind of connected to the mining world and what is the cryptographic hash puzzle the miner actually goes and tries to solve. But to answer your question, no, there should absolutely be no problem at all. When Ethereum transitioned from proof of work to proof of stake, there is a very high possibility of something to go wrong because you're changing the underlying consensus, isn't it? And that is one of the reasons why there was a very high chance for something to go wrong, but it did not. So I definitely do think it's going to be a completely smooth sailing. And even in the past, we have never had any problems, not just in, let's say, Bitcoin halving, even in Litecoin halving as such. But definitely an interesting question. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And remember guys, Monday to Thursdays 8 am to 8:30 am we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And how the series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs and DeFi and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions from the cryptocurrency and blockchain world, and even from the artificial intelligence world. So thanks so much for listening guys, and have a nice one. Bye bye.